Don't worry, I know how to be a YouTuber. Your microphone in hand. Wow. Let me tell you something. Truly, I do not know what's going to inspire you to play any video game. I think I do a good job at making games look fun, and I've definitively had a hand in getting a notable amount of people interested in Noida, Monster Hunter, Risk of Rain, you know, whatever I've made content in. There is one similarity among all the things that I pretty regularly make content in and play, but these are all games that you don't know how to play. You know, like most games. These are all games that take a fair bit of learning before you can even grasp how to play them reasonably well. But I mean, think about it. That's just the nature of video games. Or maybe just things. That's why games have tutorials and a general ramp up in difficulty over time. If you get too familiarized with something, naturally, it's gonna get easier. So, why not have the difficulty go up in tandem with said experience? It's a way to keep a game engaging throughout. As the player improves, the game gets more difficult in tandem to meet that skill level adjustment. When you get familiarized with something, naturally, it gets easier. Quick question. Do you know what this is? There's one of two responses that happens, and it's, well, that's Risk of Rain 2. Or, the fuck am I looking at? This right here, this is Guilty Gear.
I think I did.
And this is called a cross-up.
That was a nasty cross-up.
This is a video about fighting games. I'm gonna toss you a clip. I lied. It's an article by Dakota Dark Horse Hills. Thanks. I like this part. So Daigo's got a theory that humans need time to process to stay sane, but the rapid pace of fighting games doesn't really allow rationality to work as it normally should. But I think he's essentially got the right idea. The thing is, fighting games can be frustrating, but it's only natural when you're constantly pressed with uninterpretable information that you simply haven't yet parsed. But understanding it and familiarizing yourself with it and really getting down into the back and forth of it all takes time. But learning and getting better is really what makes the whole process so fun. Anyways, I've been playing fighting games for the last, I'm gonna round up, let's just say 4 years. Not at all before that. Now, obviously, I haven't been making much content in fighting games. I dabbled. Couldn't really quite figure out what I wanted to do with it. So I just played them, enjoyed, you know, participated. Went to a local, went to Evo. Making fighting game content is a uniquely difficult task that benefits primarily from understanding fighting games enough to explain them in layman's terms. And that is a difficult task in and of itself. If you understood that sentence anyways. I played Justin Wong about a year ago.
Goodbye, boom.
You know, for some potential content. Again, didn't really know the direction I wanted to go. Was still theorizing, like, what if a pro beat me up? Was not posturing like I was gonna win. I got in touch with him for a potential little video. You know, fighting game gameplay with the pro, with a big story behind him. Respected member of the community, who's also pretty well known. He's also been foraying into making content himself. Lo and behold, he was down. Which made me go like, whoa, what? Anyways, he mercilessly beat me up, all while desperately yet fruitlessly trying to help. I was very literally at a platinum skill level. The skill gap was palpable. But that's just that. A skill gap is a lot more visible when it's smacking you around with seemingly no effort. I got one round
defense is like
with a level 3. So anyways, finally we got that footage here. Check that out. No, this is just him hitting Finley's slow medium on me. Rolling me over, okay. Fighting games are a lot of fucking fun. Once you learn them. Even minorly though. Just so you can understand the culture a little bit. I don't even have it anywhere. I can just visualize it. So yeah, fighting games are a lot of fun. But really, I wish I had tried them sooner. Oh, perfect segue. Now, when you're a person like me, and you're uninvolved in a community behind a genre or whatever, you look at it from afar with a variably relative state of confusion, but appreciation. What's not to love about people coming together and collectively enjoying something and celebrating the people in it? I played platform fighters. I played Smash. I even forayed into competitive Smash a bit. I liked watching competitive Smash especially. In any case, I avoided the traditional fighting game genre for most of my life. I didn't get it, and I didn't really try to get it. DBFZ was the first fighting game I'd ever even tried to play with friends for, like, content, though. You can tell if you watch my old DBFZ gameplay videos. I suck ass at DBFZ. That's because I just didn't learn anything, though, and I didn't bother to. It was basically the first time I even learned how to do a quarter circle. But no, I did not learn how to play the game well, nor how the game really interacted well. However, I did, obviously, eventually, really learn a fighting game. There's a lot of levels to learning in this genre, and I'm still figuring out how to play fucking Street Fighter. But when I learned Guilty Gear Strive at first, the game didn't really click even. I think it's important that you find a character that you see and you're like, alright, I'll take the time, I'm gonna learn how to play this person. This is not a genre that's easy to just pick up and play in any context. But that's what's cool about it. It's got the depth that forces that kind of scenario. I mean, you can't have both. You can't have both easily. You can't have both without losing something in between. So anyways, I didn't play Guilty Gear. I didn't really learn Guilty Gear. I didn't take the time. I didn't understand. That is, until God himself descended from the cosmos with a little guy in a coffin. Since then, I've gotten fully hooked on fighting games, and they are so fun. I think during and post-EVO social media absolutely gave people around the world a pretty fantastic impression of the FGC. You know, except for the Red Bull chair, which through natural Twitter misinformation, cloud farming became the piss chair. Let me tell you something though. Nobody in the world just knows how to play a fighting game. You can learn how to play any video game in any genre at any age, but you won't learn until you actually kind of make the effort. And this genre genuinely requires a little. But it genuinely doesn't take as much as you think when I say, like, effort. Just keep in mind, everyone learned how to play a fighting game and sucked ass at it at one point. Even if they thought they were good, they got smoked to shit by one person. Guaranteed. People seasoned in the genre naturally will, and should, arguably adapt a little faster. That's kind of how learning be like. And it's why most players that have been in the FGC for a long time use even specific controller types. Speaking of controllers, in my humble opinion, it is quite literally harder to play fighting games on a controller. Purely by design of movement in general. Traditional fighting games down back and back are blocking relative to where your opponent is. So your movement is kind of tied to how you're moving the stick around in general. To play fighting games on a controller well, whether you use the D-pad or the analog stick, you must have a level of finger fidelity that is beyond me. I don't have it anymore, and I'll never find it. I have keyboard fingy. That's where the pad style comes in. Let me. Pad style gaming. I recommend learning a fighting game in any context on one of these, or one of these type of control schemes, whatever you prefer. Because this is what offers you complete control. It's just buttons. It's buttons. This is the way to learn a fighting game from zero. New controls, new system, complete control. No excuses, other than a skill issue. These are, yeah, they're different to get used to, in general. Of course it's gonna be. It's different, but you get used to this. I have learned Tekken, Street Fighter 6, and 2x KO on one of these. This is my special cheating gamer box for old person thingies, and I love it. I would highly recommend anyone get one of these type deals that wants to learn a fighting game that has felt like they've been held back because they are too powerful otherwise. Now, I learned Guilty Gear on a whack-ass control scheme on a PlayStation controller. So, I understand not wanting to learn or relearn a game, rather, on a different control scheme. Which is a weirdly good segue to something else I want to touch on. Oh, hi, Kitty. I want to touch Kitty. Okay, we can keep going. Video games, particularly fighting games, are an active recognition and execution challenge. You have a controller, the game has rules, you must abide by said rules. That's just kind of how it works. So why are fighting games seemingly the only genre that seem to be confused on how to get people to learn or play them? I want to talk about split, simplified control schemes. Because it's a weird non-issue that I feel like doesn't accomplish the goal it sets out to do, and also gives people a less engaging experience on like both ends. My personal take, if you're gonna decide to go play and learn a fighting game, you're eventually gonna engage with the game on a level you have yet to experience. And by default, if you elect to learning the game through a more limited but simpler framework, I don't think that makes it easier to get into. I think it just gives you an extra hurdle after the fact. Or you just stick to that and then you get a less impactful experience. Personal take side, right? Now, despite its intent, I think simplified control schemes aren't accomplishing their goal of onboarding new people, particularly if they're separated from a different normal control scheme. I think fighting game design decisions are wildly open to interpretation and preference, and while there's a lot to kind of loosely debate for fun in the fighting game community as to what your preference is or how it should be designed one way or the other, it's less important because as far as onboarding new people goes into the genre, when you have to balance a simplified additional control scheme by explicitly making it do less damage, you're kind of inherently acknowledging the issue of it in the first place, contextually with its existence alongside a different control scheme that just does more but is harder. The clear issue that's very present and why they keep attempting to do this clearly is because fighting games are just kind of hard to learn, but mainly they just don't know how to fucking teach people effectively. There's a reason a whole YouTube culture exists around teaching people how to play fighting games. I don't want that to go away or anything, but like, that exists for this reason, right? Something has got to get figured out. Please, fighting games, make your learning/tutorial experience more palpably enjoyable. Because it's not easy to learn a fighting game, but I don't know any fighting game that does a particularly great job of teaching how to play it decently well. That's kind of why. There's a lot of good to grasp across these games' efforts in getting their systems explained, but none feel very complete, and all feel like they're missing something in explaining to the player like how they need to interact sometimes. It's hard to like think about. Tekken was so easy to learn because it had iconography in the goddamn training room. I cannot stress enough how convenient and nice this was to establish that your system has these mechanics, and then you could see what moves are doing what properties, so you can understand like when they need to be used in general. Don't listen. This is not gonna explain juggling, dude. That's not real. Tekken's combo structure is easy to mentally frame. I bring all of this up, because I want to talk about it. It's in my head. But in particular, because I have really high hopes for 2x KO. League of Legends, baby, we're back. Okay, but listen, 2x KO is quite literally going to be a lot of people's first experience with a fighting game. And this game is a chaotic one. And I know it was an alpha, and they're not going to have like the tutorial systems. like established yet. This is something that needs to get solidified. I played a ton of the alpha, and I learned the game decently enough.
You got it. You got it. You got it. How long does it... You got it. You got it. Dear God. It was so many moves that it destroyed my throat.
I'm dying.
I stole Seijim's Echo combo, essentially. Now, 2XKO and its alpha state has a system called fuses. Fuses will essentially change how your tag partner can do additional things during the match, like connecting supers together or calling your assist more than once. Details aside, one of the fuses is an auto combo fuse, which is weird because the game already has simplified inputs as well, i.e. directional based or smash-like, if you want to get nitty and gritty with it. The game itself doesn't really merit an auto combo system that detriments you by locking you out of the rest of the perk. It doesn't really merit an auto combo system at all when you have general combos just being ascending order buttons. Unless you bake in like an auto combo system, there's nothing wrong with having that. But if separating your system out is the core problem here. A new player jumping in and learning how to play with this fuse is building muscle memory that will be detrimental the instant they switch off of it. When you set it up like this, you're giving new players especially an optional, additional hidden hurdle that will likely hurt their learning process. This is my take on the system as it is, and I think functionally how a lot of control schemes or simplified control schemes end up existing. It's not really about going up against it. I just feel like it doesn't accomplish its goal. My vague sense of disappointment for like people like that end up like going down this route, I just feel like bad for them because they're just getting a less engaging experience. Because here's the thing, people make mistakes. Pros make mistakes.
Alright, good luck blocking! Oh, fuck me. No!
When you start taking out opportunities for mistakes to happen for the sake of simplicity, everyone's engaging with the game on less of a degree. Explicitly related to how far you take it, right? Personally, I don't think you should keep taking away chances to fail lest you take away my feelings of success. Guys, I want you to learn how to play a fighting game because they're hard, but they're very rewarding and super fun to play when you first start to get a grasp on it. I want you to learn and play a fighting game so you can understand why I bothered to make this video at all. I've come to love the genre and the community, and I've only been participating for the last 3 or 4 years.
Gets in, it can be quite spooky. Oh my!
How did he get to the other side? The chicken crossed the road real fast right there.
One hit'll do it. Oh, the big churn! Because that's a 360 motion, it makes it a little easier to get out of stuff like that.
Right, side agnostic, gets the wall break. Slayer with the crossed arms.
Oh wow, that's all plus drone. I do not want to play neutral.
Wait a minute, yo! RedRiotRoss finding a lot of whiffs here, but the 6P hit from so far, and now you're getting the OTG, and that time he got to the other side once again. Creator 3-0.
The mix was pretty clean.
I want you to experience it too. And it's not the wall that you think it is, but there is still a fucking fence you have to jump over. Now, something really cool coming up. Big streamer tournament, Street Fighter 6, hosted by Seijim, fighting game commentator, general personality, cool dude, Monster Hunter enjoyer. Anyways, he's hosting a tournament with a bunch of big streamers and stuff. And me. That's right, roll up! We're fighting in the streets! I'm gonna be streaming! Streaming? I'm gonna be streaming! A bunch. I'm gonna be streaming a lot, all up to TwitchCon. a bit of Noida, mainly a lot of learning streets. This is super exciting for me because I was hoping I would get into this, and then I was gonna make this video anyways, and then I got into this. In any case, I want you to give fighting games a shot. Come through, come fight me in the street. But before I go, I want to recommend a bunch of channels that can help you learn fighting games, because these games suck at fucking teaching you. I'm gonna give you a recommendation. Leon Massey, great videos. A lot of abstract stuff will help get you interested in fighting games. I guarantee. Great videos. We got Diaphone, Brian, Justin, Nephew, Otashi, Desk. All of these fucking very helpful. Also, of course, Seijin, which, you know, naturally. Thanks again for having me on the Slam. But when are you gonna play Noida? Come by the stream. Come support the Seijin Slam. Go check out a bunch of these streamers. Go check out my teammates in particular that I don't know who they are yet. Play fighting game.
Where is it going to be? Tough spot to be. Nicely done, though. I can't lie. Creator was very impressive with the Slayer.
Yeah. Yeah, RedRiotRoss. Signs of life at the end, but yeah, it just be like that sometimes. Just get slayered.
Yeah.